Okay, now listen, I know I used this footage in my video of what ifs in gaming. This isn't one of the cars in the video, but we are counting, well, we're not counting down, we're going over the most influential vehicles to ever exist in GTA. I'm just doing ones that aren't weaponized in this video. If you want me to make a weaponized one, let me know, because I'm more than welcome to. I've had this video away for a while, and I'm finally getting out for you guys. You're welcome. But yeah, we are counting. We're not counting. Why have I said that again? We're looking at the most influential cars of all time in GTA. So without further ado, let's get into it. I hope you have a good day. Enjoy. Okay, now the first car on the list is the T20. I'm sure you all know why this is here. It's the T20. You know, it's the car. You know, the last gen. I'm talking about 360, PS3. You had, in my opinion, the big three of the vehicles: Zentorno, Adda, T20. You know, Zentorno and Adda were full of people who, you know, liked the iconic racing cars. You know, they were very good back in the day. And then the T20 is for the people who got money dropped on, and that sort of stuff happened to them. Like, it's the T20. You know, it's one of the most recognizable cars in the game. It costs 2.2 million. And it was the most expensive car back in the day. Now it's like the average car price, you know. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. Like, the amount of people who had a T20 or own a T20, it's got to be almost everyone in the game, right? Surely. Speaking of the big three, though, you have the Zentorno. You know, I remember there used to be massive videos of people, it was on YouTube, of going into the red parking garage and a Zentorno was spawning, and I always wanted to know, how did they get that Zentorno, because it never spawned for me. Little did I know you had to have an online character for the sort of vehicles to spawn. But it's the Zentorno, let's be honest. It's everyone who has heard of GTA, or everyone who plays GTA, I shouldn't say everyone who's heard of GTA, everyone who plays GTA knows what the Zentorno is. It's probably the most iconic car in GTA. I genuinely can't think of anything else that's more iconic than this. I can't. Since we've done the other two, we might as well do this one. It's the Adda, you know. You remember Sidemen, when they were getting big and famous off GTA? Adda versus Zentorno, the good old days. Going down to that street in GTA just down from Michael's house and seeing if there's an Adda that had spawned. You know, those days, that was prime GTA in my opinion. But I don't know what else to say about the Adda. It's bang on a million. Yeah. I don't know. What do you want me to say about it? It's the Adda, you know what it is. If you play GTA, you know why it's on this list. If you play GTA, you understand. You get me? Yeah. Up next, we have the Batty. Now, it wasn't going to be a list of the most iconic vehicles without this. Most popular bike, easiest bike to get in the game. That's good. It's the Batty, man. It costs 15k. It's the best beginner bike, and it basically carries you throughout the entire game until you get something like the Hakuchu Drag, or the Shitaro, or the Akuma, which is 9k, which I don't know why I mentioned that. But yeah, it's the most iconic bike. Like, you have the is it Dinka Double T, which looks more like a sports bike, but this is the Batty. You know, it's the bike in the game. Now it's time for the Italy GTO. Now this car, it reigned supreme in the sports car for the longest time. Ever since it came out, it was like the top sports car, basically until HSW upgrades came out. This car, it had one rival and one rival only, which is, funny enough, the next car. If you play GT, you know what it is, but due to the dominance that these two cars had over the sports class, you know, if you went to any person and you were like, look, I'm looking for a car, I'm looking to get a good sports car, they would recommend the Italy GTO and or the Pariah. Now, let's be honest. If you knew what I was talking about just then, you knew this car was coming. The Pariah and the Italy GTO dominated the sports class for years. I think it was about 4 or 5 years that they dominated it. And for a car in GTA, with how often cars come out in this game, to have that much dominance for that amount of time, it's honestly crazy. Like, they're still great to this day, don't get me wrong, but with HSW, they've sort of dropped off a little bit, but you still see people using them, you know? If people wanted a good car for races and sports, you'd always recommend either the Pariah or the Italy GTO. And I don't see how, if a car dominates its class for years, how it can't be on this list of the most iconic cars. Because everyone in the game knew these were the best sports cars. You know, I don't see how they can't make it on here. Okay, this one's a bit outlandish, but you're gonna have to hear me out, right? This one goes in hand with the Armored Kuruma, the Duke of Death Armored Kuruma. Arguably the two best beginner cars in the game. The reason why I've added the Duke of Death on this list, because let's be honest, the Armored Kuruma is a standout car in the game, you know? Like, the other day I was talking to my friend about what my next car I'd like it to be, and I was like, basically the Armored Kuruma, because I wanted the car that was based off a Lancer Evo, like Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. Okay, but the Duke of Death, if you came from Xbox 360, Xbox One, I think PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 to the next gen games, you got it for free. You know, it's a free car, it's a good car, and it's on equivalent with the Armored Kuruma. You know, the Armored Kuruma, incredible vehicle. Everybody knows it. The Duke of Death is not as well known, but it's still an incredible vehicle, and it's basically the same car. So I've added it to this list. You can hate me if you want to, but I think it deserves. Wow, who would have guessed this next car is the Armored Kuruma after everything I've just said about the Duke of Death? What I have to say about this car, honestly, fuck all. It's the Armored Kuruma, you know, it's the car you unlock after doing the very first heist in the game. It came out when heists came out, you know, everyone knows what it is. On to the next car. Just realised I don't have a next car. Okay, goodbye, thanks for watching, bye.